Explanation of the most recent Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The Israeli-Gaza war has already entered its second week. Israeli planes struck Gaza City early Monday, as Hamas continues to launch rockets toward Israeli cities in the south. According to officials, over 200 Palestinians have died, with nearly half of them being women and children. According to sources, at least 12 people have been slain in Israel. Of course, the Gaza Strip is a man-made entity that developed in 1948 as part of Israel's formation, when about 3/4 of Palestine's Arab population was displaced, and in some cases expelled. And a large number of people went to Gaza, a small seaside territory sandwiched between Egypt and what is now Israel. Since Hamas took control of Gaza in 2007, Israel and Egypt have put a siege on the territory. Israeli planes struck Gaza City early Monday, as Hamas continues to launch rockets toward Israeli cities in the south. What impact has the embargo had on daily life in Gaza? Hamas was cited as the rationale for the Gaza closure. In 2007, Hamas took control of the Gaza Strip by force. The Israelis then enforced a complete closure on Gaza's borders shortly after. Gaza, of course, is not a country. Hamas is designated a terrorist organization by Israel and many other countries, including the United States, because of its history of attacks on civilians and other crimes. The isolation of Gaza has actually strengthened Hamas, since the 2 million Palestinians who live there are completely reliant on Hamas for basic nourishment. As a result, Gaza's people is completely reliant on international handouts or any economic and infrastructure improvements Hamas Authority can provide. How do Palestinians in Gaza feel about Hamas and their rule tactics, given the awful living conditions there? Hamas, of course, has a political foundation. As a result of these failures, I believe many people, particularly Palestinians, have lost faith in both leaderships. And the Hamas government in Gaza has clearly failed to free Palestine, achieve Palestinian independence, or even relieve Gaza's crippling embargo. As a result, I believe Palestinians are becoming increasingly disillusioned with both of these governments. Furthermore, I believe that many Palestinians are dissatisfied with the fact that we know that if Hamas shoots rockets into Israel, Israel's reprisal will be far more devastating than whatever damage Hamas intends to cause Israel. But, I don't think Palestinians have much of a say in this, he says. And, while official Israeli talking points say that Hamas is solely responsible for any death and destruction inflicted on Israelis, the reality is that Hamas is completely responsible for any death and destruction inflicted by Israel on Palestinians. And no Palestinian will accept responsibility. They may, however, blame Hamas for their poor decision-making. Despite the blocked borders and siege, how can Hamas obtain weapons? He explained, typically, Hamas had a highly complicated hidden network of tunnels that flow beneath the Gaza-Egypt border, and in some cases tunnels that burrow into Israel, to be able to execute surprise strikes whenever they could. As long as you put Gaza under such stress, whether it's Hamas or someone else, they'll find a way to get weapons and pose a threat to Israel. Israel's strategy of deploying overwhelming military force to solve all of these problems has so far failed miserably. The blockage is a matter of politics. Hamas is a political movement. Overall, the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza Strip is a political issue.